in denial. Now there's been the preconditioning, so they go, sure, I told folks 13 years ago they were putting microphones and cameras hidden inside power transformers and light poles, and they laughed at me, even though I had the purchase orders and the federal regulations. I even showed folks where they were going up in Austin, and people would call into the show and say, you're insane. And I'd say, no, here's the company, here's the $800,000 first purchase, and then it goes up to $2 million next year in Austin, and each successive year they got license plate reading cameras, face scanning cameras, microphones are up in every neighborhood, in every major park. They're all hooked into the stinking threat fusion center. The average cop in there doesn't even know that. It's just rolled in. Oh, did you know about these functions? Let us show you these functions. They can dial in to your cell phone live time and listen to you. That's leaked out. The average cop on the beat doesn't know that. It's all need to know. I mean, it makes 1984 look like child's play. So I'm going to get into all this. But I was on Russia Today last night, which is in every hotel in the U.S. They're all part of that hotel video package. I know, because every time I'm in a hotel, I can see Russia Today. It's on most of the cable systems in the United States. And it reaches conservatively millions of people every hour. And it's on in Europe as well. And so I go on it. And it's got kind of a liberal slant to it, but also brings in some libertarian ideas. Though I've seen the last few months they've kind of steered a little bit away from that after getting government and congressional criticism. I'll imagine that's what it's about, because you've got the Japanese have English TV worldwide, Al Jazeera, other Arabic channels. I mean, English is the world language. And so countries are all trying to put out their own propaganda in their own language. So I'll go on Russia Today, but I notice I used to be on every week. I'd been on a couple months. And I go on there, and they've got a new lady on there named Liz, attractive, intelligent, seeming lady. And she lets me run on for, 5-6 minutes. And then she says, well, what do you say to folks that say you sound like a schizophrenic? Now, I had told people a decade ago they were putting tens of thousands of GPS units on cars, and that OnStar was a tracker GPS unit they were already using. That's now admitted. I told people they were listening to you without warrants over a decade ago. I told you that they had face scanning, license plate reading, and microphones put up all over the place. They've got giant police trucks in every major city, some cities, dozens of them, that can tune into any frequency, hack anything. The police are pulling people over, grabbing their cell phone without a warrant, plugging into a system that hacks through their code, downloads everything in a minute, all over the country. Marines are running checkpoints from Alabama to California. They're setting up Homeland Security checkpoints, pulling people out of their cars randomly. They've got Viper teams going on trains and buses and actually saying, face forward, show me your ID now, and literally screaming at people that don't do it right. I mean, we're being inducted like people showing up at a supermax prison where they're putting child killers. This is how child killers getting out of the prison are treated. Line up over there. You know why you're here. I mean, this is hardcore indoctrination. This is America going under. And now there's calls to censor the web, internet kill switches, EAS takeovers. It's all coming to the head. They've been building this army against us behind the scenes. And I'm on air just talking about how they're spying on us without warrants and how it's wrong. And the Supreme Court is going to rule if they can spy on everybody without warrants and put GPS on your car without a warrant. And they admit it's on tens of thousands of cars. That's what the local police alone have ordered. And they can use your cell phones to do it. And this is now admitted that I said Facebook says, our users are dumb effers. Ha, 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 they trust us. And her response to me is, so what do you say to people that say you're a schizophrenic? And that's now what the TSA does. If you don't want them to stick their hands in your pants, they go, don't be a conspiracy theorist. Not wanting someone to touch your genitals is a conspiracy theory. If you pull up at a hamburger place and say, I want a strawberry shake instead of a chocolate, that's a conspiracy theory. Wanting black tennis shoes instead of white tennis shoes, conspiracy theory. You're not supposed to have a thought. You're supposed to be programmed by the television, and that's it. So all this stuff I got made fun of back when I had the government documents and did the research and all of our sources gave us the intel. Oh, it wasn't real then. The Marines weren't training to take our guns. They weren't training for civil unrest. Now it's all admitted all over the news. Oh, they're not going to have checkpoints, federal checkpoints in the middle of the country. That's you're a conspiracy theorist. Really, here's the Department of Transportation document. I'm not going to look at that nutcase. Well, here's the document. They want to take blood at the DMVs. Now they're starting to roll that out in several states. They're like, oh, that doesn't exist. Now that it exists and is in everyone's face, their answer is, are you schizophrenic? I mean, I guess as you're marching into a pit to be shot in the back of the head by Soviets or by the Nazis, did they, please don't shoot me in the head. Shut up, conspiracy theorist. This isn't even a gun. Boom. I mean, it's like some weird trance that people are under. Let's go ahead and go to a clip where she asked me if I'm a schizophrenic. Here it is. Like you're scum and trash. They are letting us know we are filth. And I've been to third world countries where they're a police state, but the police are at least polite. This is an open attempt to dominate and intimidate the American people.
Alex, you said you're not trying to scare people. I'm getting pretty scared listening to you. It's pretty scary stuff. What do you say to those that might say, maybe you're a little paranoid, maybe borderline schizophrenic? What would you say to your critics out there that think that this is being hyped up a little too much?
Well, I believe in people's courage. I believe that, as Patrick Henry said, I want to know the whole truth and make preparations for it, whatever it may be. And so I believe that when people are faced with the truth, that they will wake up and take action against it. I understand some cowards will rationalize and make excuses, but they're openly announcing world corporate government run by the private banks that bankrupted the planet with derivatives. The Vatican's calling for world government. This stuff is all out in the open. I mean, I've got stacks of news here where Google admits the U.S. government's telling them to... And again, I'm not blaming her. She's clearly playing devil's advocate. But devil's advocate at a certain point, there is no devil's advocate. All over the country, the big 6 mega banks are allowed to take houses that aren't even in default, that they don't even own and never did. Let's be clear. They're taking houses, pure theft, and the judges and the states are saying, you can do it. This is criminal government. We'll be right back.
Storable foods, check. Water filters, check. Gold and silver, check. Tactical gear, check. What's missing from your survival checklist? An essential that should not be taken for granted. Storable vitamins and nutritional supplements. Since many foods do not contain the essential micronutrients your body needs, you need Survival RX, the world's first ultra-long-term storable vitamins and nutritional supplements. How long? Survival RX products have a shelf life of up to 30 years, thanks to triple nitrogen flushing for guaranteed freshness. Go to survivalrx.com for our complete product list, including powdered milk and whey protein isolate. And remember, November is Nuclear Disaster Preparedness Month at survivalrx.com. With every order until November 30th, you will receive a free bottle of potassium iodate. Just enter coupon code RADIO. Go to survivalrx.com. That's survival, the letter R, the letter X.com. Add survivalrx.com to your preparedness checklist today.
HempUSA.org has a revolutionary wonder food for detoxing the body and rebuilding the immune system. Microplant powder can help unclog arteries and soften heart valves while removing heavy metals, virus, fungus, bacteria, and parasites. Plus, it cleans and purifies the blood, lungs, stomach, and colon. Keep your body clean with microplant powder. Visit us at HempUSA.org or call 908-691-2608 today.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Hi, I'm Mark Craighead, founder of Crossbreed Holsters. I designed our top-selling holster, the Super Tuck Deluxe, to solve the problems of being poked, pinched, and gouged while carrying concealed. The Super Tuck Deluxe is the most comfortable, most concealable holster on the market today. We offer a 2-week free trial and a lifetime warranty.
Visit us at crossbreedholsters.com. Don't forget, crossbreedholsters.com.
That's the sound of your door being kicked in by an intruder with a single kick. That's the sound of the same door now protected by the Door Sentinel at MySafeDoor.com. Go to MySafeDoor.com right now and watch the amazing video. At MySafeDoor.com, you'll learn how to turn your home into a fortress with the Door Sentinel. 16 kicks later, and the Door Sentinel is still holding strong. MySafeDoor.com. That's MySafeDoor.com.
With new financial dominoes falling each day, do you know who really runs this country? This is Alex Jones with a special message about the gangster economy. Folks, if you're lucky enough to have a little money set aside for a rainy day, this could be the most important message you'll ever hear. I want to tell you about an exciting new book that reveals how to keep the gangster economy from murdering your money. That's right, murdering your money. Learn about the 14 vicious dominoes of destruction set to unleash hell on earth for savers and investors. Learn the 11 ways to play gangster economy judo and win. Learn how to beat the bad guys at their own game. Learn ingenious ways to profit in the new gangster economy. To read more about this amazing new book, don't wait. Go to gangstereconomy.com. That's gangstereconomy.com. Don't let the bad guys destroy your money. Go to gangstereconomy.com. Now, we're going to go over the economic news, the Iran news, your phone calls, a lot more. But think about the point we've gotten to in this society where you're simply covering the fact that the police are grabbing people's cell phones without warrants, downloading the contents, putting GPS on tens of thousands of people's cars, dialing in and listening to our phone conversations without a warrant via federal law on the regulations. Not that they can do it under law, but that the regulations say all the cell phones are designed to do that. You understand that? And it just goes on and on and on with hundreds of examples, government completely out of control. I saw a report just last week where, and actually Randy Kelton predicted this, where 46 states' attorney generals are making deals with the big banks. And in the deals, they're forgiving them for all the stuff they've stolen, because that's their political bosses, and actually changing the state laws and state regulations so they're allowed to steal your house. It's like, oh my gosh, you really have been stealing everything. People are upset about this. The law says it's illegal. We'll just claim we're taking you to the woodshed and we're going to publicly slap you on the wrist. But once we get around the woodshed, we're going to let you basically politically rape and financially rape the public some more. We're going to have the public tied down around the back, okay? I mean, of course, if Bank of America and others have been caught taking houses they know aren't theirs. You see, if a foreign army landed and said, you are our slaves, people might resist. Actually, the way we've been domesticated, most people would go out and wave handkerchiefs at them and, worship